Hello there, Mark. Back to Bill and the boys. It's time for our weekly catch up. It's been a quiet week this week, and the reason for that is because we got a double delivery last week of both Titanic and Disney Doll's House. So Titanic arrived on the Monday, Disney Doll's House arrived on the Saturday, so it was all sort of contained in the 1 week. But all really nice it is too. So if you've not seen the latest Titanic, it's really nice. The engine room is building up significantly now. We've put a ton of detail onto the engines. We've built the gearbox, and we're sort of getting an idea of just how big this thing's going to be. Now, the one thing I'm happy about is there was a concern with the gear being tight, but I think once this has gone together now, and we've got the rods going through, it's moving quite freely, so I don't really have that concern. It's not there. We'll see how it goes with electrics, but no, it's looking really nice. Now, I know next month we are sticking with engine, and we're with engine for a while, but then we are slowly moving away from it. So we're going to put some electrics into the next one. We're going to do a bit more to the engine room. We're going to mount that gearbox. We're going to test the electrics at some point, but then we are going to start moving towards the rest of the ship, because we are adding the second anchor to the bow. We are adding more LEDs, so we're going to put 2 LEDs onto the bow as well, as the guide lights. So it's all very exciting. We are moving on now, but it's going to be mainly engine until the end of the year, and that's kind of like what's happening over with Disney Doll's House. So with Disney Doll's House, we've attached the ground floor to the basement now. So rather than having these 2 large pieces, we've got 1 massive piece. And that thing is flying up now. I mean, really is. And it's looking good. It's looking really nice. It's starting to look a house now, rather than kind of a suggestion of a house. So we now kind of get an idea of just how big this thing's going to be, and it's going to be massive. I mean, it tops out at just under 3 feet, so it's about 2'9", something like that. But I mean, don't freak out about that too much if you're building one, because when I say that, that involves the tower that goes on it, and then kind of it's a bit like what World's Tallest Building. So they just smack an aerial on it, and you go, okay, we'll remove the aerial, and you lose about 28 feet of your height. Same thing. So there's like a weather vane that just bumps up that height significantly, but it'll be a massive build, and it'll look really nice. But with that, we move away from the house. So we've done all this building up to this, and now we just move away from it completely. So for at least the next 2.5 months, nearly 3 months, we're just building Winnie the Pooh's garden. Now I can show you. This was criminally short. If you don't watch the Disney build, this was the entire build. We literally attached this wooden piece to this wooden piece. That was it. Now, that's not typical of these. There's normally a lot more to do, but they really have spun this one out, because I've seen what's coming in the next 4 of the Disney Doll's House, and in the next 2 we're literally sticking wallpaper to a wall. We extend a wall with 1 piece and attach a sticker to it. That's it for like the next 2. And then we start building some frame around this thing. So this is a drawer that slides in and out of the doll's house. So you can see the kind of holes here. This section here makes a room, which they're calling Winnie the Pooh's bedroom, but there ain't no bed that goes in it. And then there'll be a wall along here, a wall along here, set of stairs here, another wall here, and then it will pull out and push in. But we're spending nearly 3 months building this thing. We don't touch the main house for a long time, so it'll be nearly March by the time we go back to the house. It's a long time, right? But it's looking lovely. And I mean, the one thing is, it means I haven't got to keep lugging that house over here, so that's quite nice. That's a benefit to me. We have got notification that yet more R2-D2 are shipped, and the next 4 of Ironman. Now I'll touch on R2-D2 first. So me and Jack are woefully behind, embarrassingly behind. We've not really built any of this since summer. And the reason why is because our schedules just don't mix. When I'm free, he ain't. When he's free, I'm not. He's like the world's busiest kid. I mean, honestly, if it isn't martial arts, it's scouts, and if it isn't that, it's rugby. It's you know, he's got a lot going on. So whenever I've got free time, he doesn't have free time, and it's bad. But what we're going to do is we are going to have an absolutely marathon session of R2-D2 on Saturday. So we're going to do all 16 parts that we've got in one hit. We're going to straight through and get right back up to where we need to be with R2-D2. So his head will be pretty much complete at that point. The wiring will have gone in for it. The bulk of the electrics are in the head at this point. So we'll see how we get on with that. But we're looking forward to it. It's been entirely too long since we've done it, and I kind of miss spending the time with my my little sidekick there. So it'll be nice. We're going to do a full build. Ironman, quite excitingly, it's the next 4 of Ironman. Now, I've not been excited about Ironman in about 18 months. Ironman turns up and I'm like, eh. Like, when I get a knock at the door, it's the postman. I think, ooh, and I'm thinking, is it Titanic? Is it Disney Doll's House? Is it Ecto? Probably not. We won't talk about that. Is it Routemaster? Is it R2D2? And then I'm like, no, it's Iron Man. What's going on? Okay, Iron Man. And that's where I am with it. It's sad, but that is where I am with it. But I am excited about the next 4. The reason why is because we finally do something of substance. So in the next 4, we are starting to attach all these bits that we've been building for the past 2 years together. So we're going to be attaching the arms to Iron Man and the head to Iron Man in this one as well. We're going to put the chest plate on. So we will have the upper half of Iron Man will be complete in the next 4 issues. And I can't wait for that because it's too long coming. Now, this is the thing. I've got this weird love-hate relationship with Iron Man because I think it's going to be a glorious model. I can see that hot rod red in there and the gold and the paint job on it is beautiful. The lights work nice. It's incredibly detailed. It's going to look great. It just has not been fun getting to it. And I think that's my issue. My issue with it is with any part work, particularly when they take this long. If this was just a kit, if you bought this in one kit, I think you'd probably enjoy it. If you had the whole kit in one hit and just went, it would probably be great. It'd probably be a blast. And you'd probably compliment the fact that, oh, the ease of build of this. But I think as kind of a part worker and fellow part workers, I'm sure you agree, we're in it for the journey, not the destination. The destination's lovely, and ultimately that is where we want to get to. We want the destination. But the journey is the major part of it. I mean, if you're going to spend 2 years, 3 years in some cases, building these models, you want that journey. You know, you want each month it turn up, and this is what I do, and you can get into it. And if you're a weekly builder and you get your pack and you build one a week, you want something for that week. Iron Man does not give you that. It really is that simple. You do not get that from Iron Man because, I mean, you will get packs. I've had way too many that take under a minute, literally under a minute. I mean, I had an entire pack that I did in, I think it was 6 minutes. So that was the whole month's worth, 6 minutes. That's how long it took me. And that stings. That stings. You know, I want something to build. That's the whole hobby. The model is the reward that we get at the end. But the building is the hobby. The model isn't the hobby. Making the model is the hobby. And that's kind of where we are. So it's beautiful. I wouldn't say to anybody don't get it, but what I would say is be aware of what you're getting. If you're going for the Iron Man build, be aware exactly of what it is you're building. If you want an in-depth, detailed build, this ain't the one for you. This just ain't the one for you. It just isn't, because there's not enough going on with it. And you basically do everything twice. So not only is it not very detailed, but you do that very kind of not very detailed thing twice, because you build 2 arms, 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 thighs, 2 knees, 2 feet. So it is what it is. But ultimately it will look amazing. I can't wait to have him done. But yeah, that's my it's put me off doing another one of these, because I know RoboCop is imminent through Fan Home. I won't be building it. I love RoboCop, but I have no interest at all in doing another one of these models, because I've been watching the French builders that are currently building RoboCop. It's pretty much identical to Iron Man. There's very little difference between Iron Man and RoboCop. They are essentially the same model. So I don't want to do it again. I do not want to do it again, as much as I would like one of those RoboCops. Nope. If Agora did one like this, and I could get 10 in one hit, probably. Yeah, probably. But no, waiting 4 months to have, you know, here's 3 plastic elements to squeeze to the back of a thigh. No. They do look great. But I need the build. That's what I need. So no, not for me. But we will have that. So we will have Iron Man's upper body will be complete. Hopefully that will be arriving tomorrow. We are due Routemaster. So Routemaster, the final pack of Routemaster is due maybe this week, probably possibly early next week. I'm hoping this weekend, to be honest with you. And then that'll be it. That'll be Routemaster done. Routemaster's been an absolute joy. I've loved Routemaster, with the exception of Pack 11. Right, I can't style that one out. There are some parts in Pack 11 that are a bloody nightmare. Putting the back part of the bus on was not fun at all. And then ultimately, like with any kind of flat pack furniture, getting the holes to line up, yeah. But I mean, look, the way I see it is, do all my electrics work? Yes. So I'm a happy bunny. It really is that simple. Now, I've had a few people ask me, where did you get the figures from? Because they don't come with it. If you get it from Agora, you don't get the figures. I got mine from everywhere. So unfortunately, I think people want me to be able to say to them, I got them from, busfigures.com. I didn't. These are the original Hachette ones, but I literally had to source them from all over the place. So when I knew I was going to be building this, Hachette were at the time selling off all of their existing stock, and they had I bought two from there. I can't remember what the other ones. I know I bought the driver. I can't remember what the second one I bought was, but they were 50% off. So I got the driver for like £4.50, and I'm like, I want a driver. So all I cared about was having the driver. If I could get the rest, brilliant. If not, I'm not bothered. So I wanted the driver. I bought the driver, and I bought one other, and for the life of me, I can't remember what the other one was. But that's where I got two of them. I traded some parts that I had for some of the figures that someone had left over. They never used them in their bus, and I'm like, well, look, you need these, I need those, do you want to trade? So we traded. I bought the remaining two online. The remaining three I bought online. So all over the place, that's where I went. Now, I will say this, shop around, people, shop around, because I've seen what eBay want for these. No, right, honestly, it's such a weaselly, stoaty, snidey thing to do, the buying of partwork parts and then charging 3, 4, 5 times the cover price on eBay. It's just a scumbag thing to do. It just is. It's sleazy. It's greasy. It's not good. You're holding people to ransom, and may there always be wasps at your picnic, and may there be a crying child on every plane you ever take if you're one of those people, because it's just mean. And I mean, this is the thing, I have given away a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm sure there are viewers of the channel that testify to this. When someone's been like, I've snapped a wire, yeah, I'll give you a wire, send you a wire. Has anyone got a spare one of these? Yeah, and I'll give it away, because what am I going to do with it? Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to be that dick that wants to list it on eBay for, yeah, here you go, here's this pack that I know you really need, £100. If you're going to do it, I mean, I'm not saying lose money, I'm not saying give it away, but what I'm saying is help someone out, man, because you might be that guy one day, so don't be part of the problem, be part of the solution, be part of the community, and be like, you know what, I paid a tenner for it, here's a tenner for it, cover postage, you know what I mean? It's like, cover the postage and give me what I paid for it, you can have it. That's cool. But the whole, there was one part for the Routemaster, it was, I want to say it was like 93 or something, it was the back part, that was going on eBay for like 120 quid, 130 quid. And it's like, don't be that guy. Just don't be that guy. It's just evil, man. But people want to be that guy, don't they? It's no different to ticket scalping, man. I mean, it's like, if like Peter Kay is a good example. I mean, Peter Kay tickets that weren't even on sale are already on eBay for like 400 quid. I'm like, that's just criminal, man. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Be a decent person. Like I say, in a world week me, I think just be nice. Be nice, for Christ's sake. But like I said, I give my stuff away. So I've given out so many Ecto 1 wires. It's untrue. Because my cat, who's also named Ecto, the best way I can describe him is he is a complete asshole. If he gets into here, he will destroy. It really is that simple. And this is the funny thing. This room has always been kind of like where I keep my stuff. So when the kids were really young, we had to keep them out of here because I used to have a lot of comics in here. I've now put those in storage. But I had a lot of comics, and the kids would get in here and they didn't know. They'd see Spider-Man and they'd pull it out and they'd be like, hey, Spider-Man, and I'd go and find a crushed up copy of Spider-Man in their room, and it'd be like, oh, that's from 1968 and it's worth 750 quid. And you've destroyed it. Hey, I'm like, oh, what's that? First appearance of Gambit, and you've coloured it in. Cool. So yeah, that was quite a common occurrence. So that stopped. The comics were in storage. That stopped, and then the cat took over. So the cat just took up that mantle. So if he gets in here, he just finds crap he can chew. That's what he does. So There's a very early video of ours on the channel of me repairing the windscreen of the Ecto-1 because he just decided he was going to sit on it. And his big fat ass broke the windscreen. So I had to take the car apart to replace the windscreen. Then he chewed through all of the wires, like all of them. So I had to get a whole new motherboard and switch the wires out. I've still got Ecto wires, loads of them, to this day. There you go. That's my big collection of Ecto wires I've got there. Because he went through them so many times, that I just had to keep replacing them. But there you go. There is an Ecto-1 headlight chewed through by Ecto the cat. So I had loads of these. So whenever anybody says, have you got a spare? Yes. Yeah, definitely. I've got one of those. So I'm just sending them out. Be that guy. You know, help someone out, man. If you can, help them. World be a better place, you know. What new coming up? Well, Roka. So Roka, who do the wooden models that I've shown a few times on the channel, have started moving into more sprue and mechanical models. And they'd started with a Scout Beetle, which I've shown you on the channel before. But if you don't remember it, this was their Scout Beetle. That was the Scout Beetle. I've not bought one yet, but I am tempted to, and I do like Roka as the little company that could, and I like supporting them. Now, it is a very pretty Beetle. Now, I know why they've done it. There are other companies out there that produce these kind of very high-end insect models, and they're lovely. They're really nice. So you can get the wasp and the scorpion and things like that, and they're very expensive. For what they are, I mean, these are relatively small models, but they're retailing around about 100 to 200 quid a go, whereas the Roka versions are coming in around about the 40 to 50 quid mark, half of what the other ones are. And they're nice. They're very nice. So that's the first one they did, and it is a move away from the wooden models. But Roka themselves as a company are evolving. I can see it in their latest wooden models where everything used to be clockwork. So everything was clockwork. They're moving away from that. So with like the latest funfair rides they've done, the music's electrical rather than it being clockwork music boxes. The electrics are becoming a lot more complicated, very beautifully done, but more complex. And I think that's what they're doing with these. So that was the first one they did, and it was a very big success. They've now released another one. So they have another one coming, and it's this one. It is called the Storm Beetle. Aside from the colour, the main difference between the Storm Beetle and Scout Beetle is the Storm Beetle has got pincers that move. So they both got kind of a very steampunky vibe to them. That's the idea. I mean, they're not meant to be beetles. They're meant to be mechanical beetles. So you can see the mechanics working on them, and they've got toxic signs and things like that. The Scout Beetle had a feature that made it look as if its exhaust was spitting flames. Didn't really create that desired effect. The videos made it look a lot better than what you actually ended up with. But this one, rather than having all that on the back, they've added the addition of the pincers. It's very nice. I do want to get one, but it'll be one. I don't want a collection of those things. I was kind of hoping the next one they did was something different. It's not different enough from the Scout for me to go, I need both of those. They're too similar. If I'm going to get one, I'm probably going to get the Scout. I'm not going to get the Storm. So even though I do prefer the Storm, the Scout's the first one of these Roka have done. So I think I'd kind of want the first one of that set. So I don't know. I mean, I'd like one. I would. And if Christmas is coming, people buy me stuff for Christmas. So if I get one for Christmas, I'm happy, you know. But I'm not running out to get them. That's my thing. I'm not sprinting out to get them. And another thing they did, and I never mentioned this happened months ago. And I think the reason why I didn't mention it is because it's not for me. It's not something I want to do. But it's not all about me, is it? Maybe you want to do them. So they did release construction vehicles. So they released like a JCB, like a digger, a steamroller, fork truck, and they're lovely. They're really nice. They're pre-painted, which is, again, it's not common for them to do that. But these are lovely. These are really nice. They're not for me. Again, they're not something that I don't have that affection for them. But you might like them, and particularly if you're building the Eddie Stobart, there is a fork truck on this that I think might be the same scale. I think it might be the same scale as the Stobart truck, so it might be one worth looking out for. But these are those. very nice. They're available now. They're not expensive either. You can get one of those for around about 15 to 20 quid. And they're fun. They're fun. If you've never done one of these builds, do one, because they're a lot of fun, honestly. Try one out. And they're genius. When you see how these things go together, there is genuinely, they're sturdy as well. See these little wooden cars, you think that's not going to hold up. They are seriously sturdy. A lot of these wooden models are impressively sturdy. There's a degree of genius to the engineering of these things, and they're lovely. They're not, again, those ones are not ones that I would do. It's not a set that I don't have that affection for kind of construction vehicles. So it's not ones I do, but I know a lot of people out there do. So yeah, look out for these. You can get those directly from Roker.com, or you can get them from Amazon at the moment. I believe those ones now are available through Amazon. I am looking to get more sets of those. I'm looking to get the rest of the theme park sets. And there's stuff coming up at Christmas. I can't say, because my kids watch these videos and they might know what I'm up to. So I've got to keep quiet about that. But as I said, this is a Christmas-free zone until December the 1st. When it's December the 1st, I'm going full Christmas. We're tinseling and lighting the crap out of this place. But this is a Christmas-free zone until then. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So you got Sanctuary. So if you need to escape from all the saccharine and John Lewis adverts and Christ knows what else, full well, you can swing by Bill with the boys, and we will be tinsel-free until December the 1st. As I mentioned before, I don't know if I mentioned this before or not, there will be a feature on the channel for each week of December. It's only one a week, where we will be advising Christmas movies, suggesting Christmas movies for people who hate Christmas movies. Trust me, there's some great ones. There's some magnificent Christmas movies out there that aren't about Christmas. I know that sounds weird, but trust me, you'll like them, they're good. Coming up on the channel as well, Oscar has got Wakanda Forever Lego that he would like to review for you. And they're really nice. It actually surprised me. So, really good. He's got Namor's throne room, which is a gorgeous thing. So Namor was the Submariner from Marvel, which is amazing that he's just kind of a sub-character in this movie, because he's a really big deal in the world of the comics. And they're kind of slow introducing him in this one. I was going to tell you something, but I won't, because I might spoil the movie for you. If Marvel for you is just the movies, there's probably a lot you don't know about Namor, but Namor is very much been set up as the villain for Black Panther. And see it, and then we'll talk about it. But he also wants to talk about Marvel in general with you, because he does want to do his rundown of She-Hulk. Now, we watched all of She-Hulk, and She-Hulk was amazingly polarizing. Most people just hated the show. I didn't hate it, and I'll tell you why I didn't. I didn't love it by any means, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not rushing out and getting a She-Hulk t-shirt anytime soon. What I liked about She-Hulk was that it just was wildly different from all the other Marvel shows. It was a Marvel show without following that same formula that Marvel shows typically fall into, and I think the movies are guilty of as well, where it's the same kind of formula resulted in a very large CGI threat tearing a building or city apart, and that's not what this did. This is just a very different kind of show. Different's good. Different is refreshing. And yeah, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It's an introduction to a character. If they don't make a second series, I wouldn't be that bothered. If they did make a second series, I'd be in for it. But he wants to talk about that, and does want to talk to you as well about the very excellent Werewolf by Night that was released in October. We really, really enjoyed Werewolf by Night. And the other thing he wants to do is he has got the Marvel Advent Calendar from Lego for this year, which is all based on Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which is releasing at the end of this month. So the whole Advent Calendar is themed around that holiday special. So we'll be doing that. We're doing shorts each day of exactly what you get in those doors. So we've got that coming up. We've got a few other bits and pieces as well. So just keep an eye on the channel. Speaking of the channel, we are dangerously close to our 1,000 subscribers, which is huge for us. So I just want to take the opportunity before we reach that, if we ever reach that, to say thank you to everybody that swings by and watches our videos, everybody that sends us emails, everybody that has contacted us, and everybody that's shown us any kind of support. It really is very much appreciated, because we didn't think anyone was going to watch us. I mean, we've been doing this channel since about this time last year, but not seriously. I mean, it was originally Jack just really wanted to be on YouTube, So I'd set his videos up for him and be like, yeah, there you go. And it was like, 4 people would watch it, and that was fine. And then Oscar would be like, I want to do one. So I'm like, okay, fine. And we started off originally as a blog. So what we did originally was we took pictures of what we were working on during lockdown, and we posted them on social media into friends and family, just kind of a blog where I'm, way up to, I'm building with the boys. And that's where that name comes from. If you want to know what building with the boys is, and there's barely ever boys with me, the blog name is Building with the Boys. And it's because whenever people would ask me, well, what are you doing in lockdown? Just building with the boys. That's all we did. So whenever there'd be an argument break, I'd be like, let's go build something. We'd go upstairs, we'd make, even if it was paper airplanes, we'd build something. So that's where the name Building with the Boys came from, because that's what I did during lockdown. Building with the Boys was pretty much my entire lockdown. And that's where the channel came from. But we never thought anyone was going to watch us. We didn't. So we'd make a video and throw it up every month or so, and that was it. And then more. So some more videos went up, and I left the comments on once by accident. I always used to turn the comments off for Jack's builds, because what I didn't want was somebody, bad-mouthing, talking smack about him. You've seen what some comments are like on YouTube. I thought, I don't want that. And I accidentally left them off one day when I uploaded the video. And it just got like a bunch of positive comments, and I think that's quite nice. So we left them on, and more people watched, and then here we are. So it's been nice. So I mean, yeah, to hit 1,000 on our first year is incredible. It really is. And thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody that watches. Thank you to everybody that stops by, and it's been so nice. And as much as it is me trying to help you with builds, you help me a lot as well. Because as you would have seen by the video I did about men's mental health this month, again, this is therapy for me. This is good for me. So it's you help me. It's not just me helping you. You watching and talking and communicating, being part of this helps me as well. It does. So it's a symbiotic relationship, if you will. But if you haven't yet, be a rascal and hit that sub button. We would love to hit that 1,000 before Christmas. I think we need like 40 something at this point, so that would be awesome. If we could do that, we would be forever in your debt. That's it from me. I will catch you for the next build, which I would imagine is going to be Ironman, and that will either be tomorrow or Saturday. And then we'll have more R2 on the weekend, Routemaster coming up after that, and all the other wild and wacky wonderful things. Titanic is due to ship tomorrow, so who knows when that gets here. That might surprise me and come out of nowhere, but Titanic is due to ship tomorrow, so as soon as that is up, that will be up as well. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice, and we will catch you on the next one.